Blood seeped onto the oak floor, its warmth pressing against my cheek, the metallic taste flooding my mouth. My shoulder sagged, useless, each breath sharp enough to slice. In the doorway, my sister Claire stood, arms crossed, her expression unreadable, while Mason's heavy footsteps faded down the corridor. She didn't rush to my side. She didn't call for help. She just spoke, her voice so steady it felt scripted. "You should have signed the documents, Emily." Then she was gone. I'm Captain Emily Carter, U.S. Army Medical Corps, 34 years old. I've stitched up soldiers in field hospitals under mortar fire. I've steadied my hands over shredded arteries as choppers roared above. I've watched men bleed out in desert sand and kept my voice calm. But nothing in my training prepared me for my sister standing by as I was battered in my own home, her words cutting deeper than Mason's fists ever could. That night had been still, eerily so, until the pounding began. Not a polite tap of a family visit, but the relentless hammering of someone convinced they could break their way in. When the doorframe cracked, Mason's face was the first thing I saw, flushed with fury, sweat staining his shirt collar. Behind him, Claire lingered, her eyes not on me but scanning the apartment, as if she was already detaching herself from the scene. I knew why they were there. A week earlier, they'd shown up with a slick pamphlet for a 100-acre horse ranch outside Austin. "It's our future," Claire had said, her voice like a child dreaming of joining the circus. All they needed, they insisted, was my signature as a loan guarantor. It was a $1.2 million mortgage, more than double my yearly pay. And I'd said no, not with anger or disdain, just no. I knew what would happen if their grand plan failed. I couldn't risk my home, my career, my security clearance for their gamble. Mason saw it differently. To him, I was betraying family loyalty, some unspoken rule that demanded I sacrifice everything for them. His hands were on me before I could react, slamming me against the wall hard enough to shake the framed flag above my desk. My training urged me to stay calm, assess injuries, find an escape. My instincts screamed to fight. But when I looked at Claire, searching for the sister I'd shared childhood clothes and secrets with, I saw only a stranger. Her words still echo in my mind. "You should have signed the documents," as if a signature could have undone that moment. As if my refusal justified the bruises spreading across my skin. I'd seen betrayal in war zones, silent, efficient, final. I never imagined it in my own living room, delivered by the one person I thought would always have my back. I wish I could say that night was a shock, a sudden storm I never saw coming. But the truth is, I'd sensed the tension building for years, subtle at first, like the heavy air before a thunderstorm. Claire and I grew up in a home where uniforms were second nature, the scent of boot polish lingering in the halls. Our father was Army, our mother a nurse who followed him from post to post. We learned early that discipline and loyalty weren't optional, they were commands. I wore those values like a shield. Claire treated them like a jacket she could slip off when it felt restrictive. By the time I deployed for the first time, Claire had left college, calling it a temporary break until she found her path.
Next in the short video, the full story on channel link below.